My name is Algimantas. I train spiritual teachers of the future. And these spiritual teachers will already now have the deepest knowledge in comparison with all the other spiritual teachers, different gurus, because this knowledge is based on Creator, the Paradise Trinity, I am. Creator has started evolutionary process according to his evolutionary plan. And evolution is development. Development in both matter, soul, and spirit, in mind. Creator is the source and center of all energy. And energy is being transformed into different forms. All creation is transformation of different vibrations into certain other forms of vibrations. Matter is also Creator's energy in the lower frequency vibrations. If you take the planet, so this is also the transformed energy of Creator. So reality is the arena onto which evolutionary process is being implemented by the living beings, Creator's sons and daughters, personalities. Because personality is the eternal gift of and by Creator to a certain form of life. For instance, this body is also a living energy transformed into a low frequency vibration material body visible to our eyesight. But a higher energy form of the same Creator is what is within this material body. It's invisible. It's the spiritual personality. But spirit is also a certain form of Creator's energy in manifestation. So that's why you should separate this visible material form, human body, from the inner dweller, inner tenant of this body, one spiritual personality that is using this body as a temporary material vehicle provided by Creator for doing good deeds, while the inner tenant of this form, a spiritual personality, is feeling the leading of Creator from within and using this material vehicle for performing these material deeds for the welfare of all. And the way Creator is leading this personality from within. So in this case, this personality is acting as a co-creator with Creator himself for the well-being of the whole of creation, or of the whole of humanity, or of the whole of the nation, or for the whole of the society, or of the whole of the certain group. But reality is even more than what we are capable of seeing with our eyes. Reality is much, much wider. And for instance, our knowledge, once we are in a communion with Creator Himself, and it is possible for us as spiritual personalities to establish a living communion with Creator, because Creator has bestowed His spirit, fragment, thought adjuster on our mind. So it's a living bridge from Creator to our spiritual personality. So in this case, we are being given different revelations by this Spirit of Creator. And the revelations, well, were we spiritually minded and spiritually enlightened, of course we would be cooperating with Creator's Spirit in our conscious state of mind every day and all day long, and even in the evening. So then we would understand what is reality in a much, much broader way than we can see with our material eyesight. But nonetheless, some fragments of the teachings of Creator's Spirit pass down to our subconsciousness. We might, well, feel to a certain level as certain snaps of these revelations passed down to our mind by the thought adjuster. But we did not realize the context within which these snaps of the thought has been provided by Creator, and thus we lack some instrument just to understand this unfinished idea, unfinished thought, the way Creator has meant while passing it to our mind, that it would educate our mind, would enlighten our mind, so that we would be able to look upon reality in a much broader context, beyond the material world, but embrace even a higher level of reality, even the universe, even the whole of creation. So when I say that I know much more than I see with my eyes, but this knowing is so firm as it is coming from Creator Himself. So this knowledge expands my understanding of reality. And I do know that this reality is truly from Creator and out of Creator's energy, even though it is impossible to see with one's material eyes beyond the horizon of this planet. But the knowledge is that firm that I know the existence of that greater context even more than what I can see with my material vision, even next to me. So the certainty depends upon one's living communion with Creator. Now, our planet is on the verge of experiencing a certain transformation. Here I mean transformation within political and economic spheres, educational enlightenment, family concept. And it is due to the operation of Creator through the newly elected President of the United States, Donald Trump. Yeah, that's it. Creator's providence is acting through different material beings, different sons and daughters of Creator on this planet. So that's why Donald Trump is provided to humanity as a political leader. And because of this, he urgently needs a spiritual basis on which he might firmly stand with his both feet. He understands part of the Creator's eternal values as justice, as tolerance to other opinion, as development of the native country, as peace. But it is not enough. He also, speaks about God. That's good. He has now a reliable team that also expresses some ideas about Jesus and God. That's also the right direction. But it is not enough. They should also have a much broader understanding of reality. And this is possible only if they get acquainted with the spiritual teachings I present directly from Creator. This is the living word of Creator, my current teaching. So, Donald, I'm Algimantas. Just, you need Creator's not only support, but you need the support of the providence that is rendering this spiritual support to you. And even concerning the setting up a certain arena for your action and the safety within this arena for you. So that's why you escaped the bullet into your head, because you have been saved and you acknowledge it personally yourself by the providence that you would come as a political leader for humanity. That's good. You have a wonderful experience your first term, and then when you arrived for the first time in the White House, you had no first confidence. You had no reliable team. You were not a player of the system, even of political system. That's why even the party that rendered a certain nominal support was not so united around you. But you were accumulating just piece by piece experience in the field. That's good. That earned you confidence. You made mistakes, true. But you accumulated a lot of experience during the next 4 years while you were not in the White House. And now, for the second time, you are the master of the White House. You have developed self-confidence and trust in God much stronger and much deeper. That's good. But what is even more important, that you desire to do everything according to God's will. You want to be the president of peace the world over. That's wonderful. That's the value you should pursue by your political orders. You will meet a lot of those sincere truth seekers that support you. But the system shall not stand you. They have a very long experience to break what is nice, good, beauty. And for breaking, they do not need wisdom. They need intellect, how to break everything, that it will lead to chaos. And they have the history of 200,000 years of breaking. It's not an empty history. It's the history of experience of breaking down Creator's will, Creator's evolutionary plan, through different ravaging wars, through tension, stress, conflicts everywhere, in political systems, in economic system, in the family life, in education, in medicine, in every field. Therefore, you need to have a much broader context. What is the relationship with the universe of this planet, and of you as a leader of one of the countries, the most powerful country, both politically, economically? You need a broader understanding of creation and of Creator himself, the fragment of whom is within your mind. Creator Spirit indwelling the mind of every person on this planet. That's the fact. But you need to know how this Spirit of Creator is operating within your mind. You need to know how the Spirit of Creator, Thought Adjuster, is leading as the good pilot, the captain of your vessel, your mind, so that you would not resist this leading, but rather support this good pilot. Because what you are doing for the well-being not only of the nation, not only of the humanity, of the whole of creation. I represent Creator as his ambassador to and on this planet. I've been doing what I'm doing now for over 30 years, training spiritual teachers. I used to work in Lithuanian television. And then I radically changed my life into a spiritual teacher for the whole of nation, for the whole of humanity. No matter who is and what is in whatever country one might live and work, that one needs a spiritual teacher. Whether or not he understands it, whether he feels this need or not, I know he needs the spiritual teacher, because without a spiritual teacher, there is no possibility to perform Creator's evolutionary plan on the planet. So that's why I have a suggestion. You have a lot of challenges ahead of you. Without your mind to be expanded by spiritual teachings, you will fail. It is impossible to go forward without first having discovered Creator within. But to do it, you have to know how you might discover Creator within. So that's why you should listen to my teachings and follow them. They are on YouTube. They are open to everyone. You are not an exception. Your mission is exceptional, but you are my brother in spirit, a son of Creator. And what concerns your spiritual background, you are like an infant. You need this background to grow up spiritually, so that your political decisions would be grounded to Creator and no less. Otherwise, sooner or later you will arrive at a dead end. And the system, satanic system, shall use this failure as a revenge against you. So this is the reality. Reality that we are living the period that we have developed without even understanding how to develop it. Civilization just materially to a very high level. That we have turned into hostage of this material abundance in different fields. But spiritually, we are nude, without any spiritual ground, foundation. Even babies, infants are higher because they are not polluted, while civilization that has been formed up to this level is polluted so much, so they are even worse than infants, because they're building up the civilization in the same wrong direction. The vessel should be turned just the opposite direction. They should take a U-turn. So that's why spiritual teachers is a must. Without it, there shall be no transformation the world over and in humanity. But individually, this transformation one might take place if one listens to my teachings and follows them. And then the quality of life shall depend upon decisions being made by such an enlightened mind of a personality. I know what I'm speaking of as I'm speaking out Creator's living word.